In the year 2013, communities all over Florida have been observing both the 500th anniversary of the landing on our shores of Spanish conquistador Juan Ponce de Leon in 1513, as well as Florida's rich heritage and diverse cultural history in general, including that of the Native Americans who lived in these lands for thousands of years before the European arrival. The state of Florida would observe this 500th anniversary with a year-long itinerary of programs and activities led by the Florida Department of State called Viva Florida 500, intended to explore and promote 500 years of Florida's history. In Pinellas County, the featured Viva Florida 500 event for the public was held with the support of the Pinellas County Historical Society on May 19th at Heritage Village, the county's 21-acre living history museum, housing more than 28 local historic structures and features. There was Native American-style music, recognizing and honoring the presence of the people that were here long before the Europeans. And there was American pioneer music as well. Storytelling at the McMullen Coachman Log Cabin.
Some fishermen saw her.
Demonstrations of American handicrafts such as wood carving and fiber spinning. There was also the opportunity for hands-on crafts for children at the Old Harris Schoolhouse. Also available for visitors that day was the special exhibit developed by local historian Lester Daly, For God and Gold, featuring historical reproduction items reflecting the early Spanish exploration and colonization of Florida.
I put this together mainly because I started doing 16th century reenacting. These are the type of things that the Spanish explorers, such as Ponce de Leon, would have used back in the 16th century. So we have this exhibit just as part of the statewide Viva Florida 500 observance. We have weapons, household items, religious items, Native American items. It's just an overview of the type of things that the early Spanish explorers and settlers would have used. Very few people know that there was a Spanish history in the Tampa Bay area. You had the Narvaez expedition in St. Petersburg. You had the DeSoto expedition in Bradenton. There was even an attempt to colonize where Philippi Park now is. And that settlement only lasted less than a year back in 1567. The name of the exhibit is For God and Gold, and that is because of the two goals of the Spanish conquistadors. They wanted to convert the native people to Catholicism, but they also wanted to get rich in the process.
There was also an illustrated lecture entitled Early Footprints in the Sand, detailing the pre-European Native American presence on the Pinellas Peninsula. The entire lecture is available for viewing on both PCC-TV and online at pinellascounty.org. The featured event of the day was the dedication of a time capsule that the Viva Florida 500 campaign distributed to libraries in all of Florida's 67 counties, intended to contain memorabilia from each, reflecting our times.
The State Library and the Department of State are commemorating the Viva Florida 500 events with a variety of partners. One way that they're bringing libraries into the partnership is by providing time capsules to all of the various counties throughout the state. Capsules are provided by the Library Services and Technology Act grant, and we've been reached out to as being a way to commemorate the history and to involve all of our communities. The items going into the time capsule are varied and are coming from all of our local communities. The Tarpon Springs Community Library has submitted a sponge and a brochure about the Explore Tarpon Springs treasures. Reflections of Oldsmar, a 1913 to 2009 reflection of the Oldsmar community is included. St. Petersburg, we have some really nice information about their Mirror Lake Library and some events that took place down there, along with a history of St. Petersburg. Clearwater has given us a DVD on Winter the Dolphin, of course, one of the big things that's been going on in Clearwater recently. Our East Lake Library has been very involved in the Lego robotics program, and they've made a little special Lego that's going to be included in the capsule. Safety Harbor Public Library has also provided us with a DVD about the history of Safety Harbor. We have a St. Pete Beach Quarry Avenue book that was actually authored by our librarian, former librarian Roberta Whipple. A piece from the Gulfport Gabber, current events and what's going on there. Dunedin Library has given us a nice letter and a video, a USB drive and a DVD done by their youth group, and a nice letter that comes with that that'll be open someday. Palm Harbor has given us a very nice scrapbook of all the things that are currently going on in Palm Harbor and current day pictures of the city and what's happening up there in the Palm Harbor district. Reading with the Rays, one of our St. Petersburg summer reading programs, and things about the ballpark and what's going on with the Rays are included. And we have, of course, our proclamation that's going to go in there that was recently given to us by the Board of County Commissioners. And also the Viva Florida 500 poster that was given to us by the State Library and the Department of State, so that will be part of our capsule as well. The process for selecting the items themselves was done by our Adult Programming Special Interest Group, all members of all of our member libraries. They conducted both an online survey and a print survey, and upon receiving all of those, the various items were selected then by the libraries themselves and given to our agency for us to include in the capsule. The reason the items were selected is that they really are representative of both the communities and then the libraries within those communities and how they work together and some of the current things that are happening within the communities at this time. Well, the reason that we're doing the time capsules, and I believe the Department of State really encouraged it as well, is that we really wanted to be able to show 50 years from now, which is the time period that our libraries decided on, when that capsule is opened, it's going to represent the diversity of our county, the history of our county, things that may have been going on at this particular time within our county, and all the various communities would be represented and have a really good idea about what Pinellas County was like both in 2013, but also some items that would tell them about how we developed into the kind of diverse and wonderful community that we are.
On hand for the dedication of the time capsule was Rosemarie Kafer, president of the Pinellas County Historical Society, who welcomed the crowd and introduced Pinellas County Commissioner Charlie Justice, who read a proclamation recognizing the significance of the 2013 Viva Florida 500 observances. Then, after some comments also by Mary Brown, she presented the time capsule to the care of local historian Jim Schnur, who will place it in the Heritage Village Archive to be opened in the year 2063.